They're known for their virility.
They're basically just regular people.
One sword attack. Oh, she's down.
Didn't that happen? I think that
Yes.
happened. All right. So previously, our four seekers arrived at Candlekeep and met up with a junior adjutant, Avowed Vesper, and upon gaining entry to Candlekeep, the four seekers found out that Vesper had been tasked with locating her boss's boss, a middle manager by the name of Matrius, who was missing. Either out of pure curiosity or because they were hoping to gain favors or what have you from the Avowed. The four seekers tagged along with Vesper, and they determined that Matrius had discovered and disappeared through a portal, which the party managed to activate and rescue him. Unfortunately, upon exiting the portal, the imp statue that Matrius had came to life and killed him. The party was trapped on the other side of the portal. They found their way out, fighting through a number of defenses in Fustandia's mansion, managed to escape, and ultimately were thanked for their help by one being allowed to keep whatever they had found within the mansion as long as it wasn't books, and number two, each of the four seekers were awarded with a one-day pass for entry into the main keep, signed by one of the 8 great readers, and Vesper received a minor promotion with a pay raise, and that's where the first adventure ended. We're now going to do 2 weeks of what I guess is downtime, but really, since you aren't technically adventurers, at least not yet, it's just 2 weeks of life. And then we're going to go into the next adventure. Josh, you have not been muted, so the fan has been on this whole time.
God, I'm sorry.
I was subconsciously ignoring it and just realized it all of a sudden.
If I do that again, just yell at me.
Okay. I don't know, it was background noise. Okay, I don't know if
I thought it was atmosphere.
Yeah, it was atmosphere, right, exactly. Okay, so I have the order that we're going to do this already written down, but does anybody have any questions, need information from the recap, not remember something about Foundry, they need to know, whatever, before I start getting into this? Okay.
No.
So, Kristen, I know you just got here, but I've actually got Vesper going first. So,
Okay.
let's see. With the increase in your status, your pay has gone up to 3 gold pieces a week. In addition to whatever money you started with, you're getting another 11 gold pieces due to work time that has gone by over the course of the first adventure and then the following 2 weeks. You can freely, whenever you want, trade that for paper, because I know you'd been talking about that. Let's see.
I want to trade all my money for paper and ink.
Okay, trading all your money
The
for
magical
paper and
kind.
ink, and I've got basically whenever you're not working, you're reading. So is there anything else you wanted to do? You don't have to.
I was trying to find that middle manager guy for a reason. It was like a shipment or something, right?
Varnier wanted you to find. Varnier's your boss. Wanted you to find him because she was trying to requisition supplies for the repair work that you're doing, and she couldn't find him.
All right. I'm gonna requisition supplies.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, as the story progresses, you may have other things you want to do in between. And right now, this is just working days for you, so it's not surprising you wouldn't have really anything special you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you don't have enough money to do any of the crazy things yet.
Yeah.
Okay, Watcher, you're next. So I've got here that you wanted to get to know your adjutant, who is Vushati Moonriver. So Vushati is an 87-year-old moon elf. She is difficult to anger and doesn't mince her words. She isn't at all interested in your conspiracies, but she doesn't shame you for your interest in any way. Basically, she says that everyone comes to Candlekeep for their own purposes, and there's no point in judging any of them. But I want you to roll 2d20 to determine what conspiracies you do here. 11. I gotta get this file.
Oh, crazy looking dice.
Did
Roll
I
another
do?
one. Oh, you rolled 2.
That's-
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
like
rolled a 6 and 5.
that's like arcane dice,
6 and
like the show.
5.
Oh, I see.
6 and a 5.
Yeah.
All right, so
I didn't know you could click it and see.
I
Did you
didn't know
guys
that
see
either until
dice
I
on
clicked
the
it.
screen?
They go away. They go away after a little while.
I didn't see them. I
did
was
see
in
them, though.
Candlekeep.
oh,
Missed it.
okay. Okay. The two rumors that you overhear are, and did you want everybody else to hear this, or do you want me to just tell you?
No, it doesn't matter. They can hear.
You hear that Mordenkainen is actually a pen name for 6 gnomes who work together, and that he's not a real person. And you hear that Vecna was actually framed by his ex-wife Lucille.
Seems legitimate.
There would be a Lucille in D&D.
So those are the 2 rumors that you hear. All right. Next, I need you to make and this is me just, I kind of organized what you guys had all told me. I need you to make a perception check to see if you notice anything, quote unquote, off about the people in Candlekeep. $16. Okay. In general, the people here are weird. And 2 weeks isn't really enough time to pinpoint which weird is the wrong or interesting type of weird. But you do meet 2 interesting individuals. And then with time, you might be able to figure out if something's actually off about somebody. So the 2 people you meet, the first one is, his name is Little One. He is an ogre wearing a headband of intellect. He spends all day reading at the Hearth. The Hearth is like the tavern area. He openly tells you that he got the headband from a halfling adventurer that he killed. But after putting it on, he was enlightened and named himself after the halfling. So that's why he calls himself Little One. He's here because he can learn without being antagonized as he would in a city. The second person you meet, her name is Crinkle, like crinkling paper. And she is an older Kenku who lives in the Firefly Cellar with Vesper. She tends the fireflies in the Firefly Cellar because there are no magical lights or candles in the Firefly Cellar. The entire place is actually lit by fireflies. Crinkle is grumpy and rubs her hands together a lot. She appreciates arts and shiny trinkets. For some reason, you think she's hiding something, but you have no idea if it's mundane or sinister. I will post all of that text for both of those right now. Oh, I misspelled sinister. Sinister. There we go. And then the other thing was your 2 rumors. That's 5 and 6. Is there anything else you want to do during the 2 weeks other than all of that?
Nope. That was it. Oh, it's in The Foundry chat.
Yeah, I put it in the Foundry chat.
Okay. Nope, that was it.
A note for myself that I have to update my conspiracies. Okay. Dakota. Having forgotten why she came here, and having never requested an adjutant of her own, Dakota spends her time talking with the avowed and seekers who happen to talk to her. She is friendly and oblivious, so people often think she's flirting and are generally friendly with her. Among them is a young junior adjutant named Mo Torildo, who, after spending an hour doing yoga with Dakota, volunteered himself to be her adjutant. He's human and studious like most of the avowed and very interested in beholders and the far realm. Post that. Another person Dakota gets to know is Merla One Tusk, a custodial engineer responsible for cleaning the hearth. She's an orc and is interested in mechanical magic. She tells Dakota that several Modrons work in the main library. Is there anything else you would want to do during the 2 weeks, Dakota?
Not particularly. Apart from that, I probably would have just followed Watcher around, like, absent-mindedly. Like, one of those things where you're sure you're alone with someone and you turn around and she's just there.
Okay.
But
I think
nothing...
that was one of the things I said, too, is that I was going to keep an eye on Dakota.
You both
Okay.
are
Well,
following
you don't
each
have
other.
to. Right. So you two are together
she just
a lot.
appears behind you at odd points.
And both of your adjutants are very perplexed that both of you have been in Candlekeep for 2 weeks and neither of you have requested a single book. So that is very strange to them. Morn. Morn works with his adjutant, Sprig Summerfoot, on his research. Sprig is a young halfling who is interested in alchemy. Her hands are always covered in ink and she carries a bag of cookies in one pocket. She has a great memory for recipes and is happy to bake small treats for Morn upon request. Morn researches the ways in which people try to avoid their mortality indefinitely. It's a wide topic, and while you can read a lot in 2 weeks, you certainly can't hope to absorb everything Candlekeep has to offer. So Morn, please make an Arcana or Religion check with advantage, but I want you to use your Wisdom, which means it's going to be a total of +6.
So that would be like a wisdom saving throw instead.
Do it however you want. The modifier total is +6. You can just roll a d20, whatever.
Oh, okay. D20 at
It's
advantage?
At advantage, it's either a Wisdom Arcana or a Wisdom Religion check. Oh my god, natural 20. Okay. Man,
Well,
I actually didn't plan for that. Okay.
Wow.
Of course you didn't.
you can come back to me on that.
Well, hold on. I've got it. I just got to figure out how I'm gonna. Oh, it won't let you copy and paste.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because I'm on a
I was
Mac.
I was able to do Control. Yeah, I was able to do Control C, but I couldn't right click and copy.
You have to use the mouse, Carly. You have to highlight and use the mouse and right click. I think
I can just post those two things.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I tried both Control C and right click, and it won't.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't work.
Sorry.
Thank you.
It's working for me. Does anybody else need me to post something?
I got mine.
Okay. Okay, so what I was going to let you do is that in terms of topics regarding avoiding mortality indefinitely, I had a list of 8 topics, noting that, yeah, there might be others, but if it's not on this list, it won't be relevant to any of the Candlekeep stories. So these 8 are the only, and not necessarily will all 8 of these matter. It's just that these are the only 8 that have any potential to actually impact this story. So I'm not worried about anything else.
Okay.
And what I was going to do is if you had a good enough roll, tell you basically You can pick one and become very informed, or pick two and become fairly informed. So I think what I'll do is say you can pick two and become very informed, since a 26 was higher than I thought you'd roll. So pick two of these 8. Here they are. Become a vampire. Become a mummy lord. Become a lich. Become a deity. Reach spiritual perfection, which might mean monastic living, druidism, or martial arts. Number 6, repeated use of the clone spell. Number 7, true polymorph into a dragon. And number 8, make a deal with a powerful entity and become an immortal servant like a Lamia. Not Lamia. I don't know how to pronounce that.
LeMay.
I've only ever seen it on paper too, so yeah.
I always assume it was Lamia, but
yeah. So those are the 8. Which 2 would you? And I don't really have information for you. It's just going to be write down that you are very informed on the topic, and we'll make that matter for later rolls.
I think knowing Vecna and Vecna servants, he would choose Lich, and then probably the last one with the deal with a god.
Right, with a powerful entity to become some kind of immortal servant, which is basically what happens with Lamias, which are fiends.
Right.
Okay, so those are the 2. So write those down, that those are the 2. And what we can do is, when we have future downtime, you can, if you want to keep researching on these matters, you can either increase your knowledge on those topics or add from this list.
Okay.
The next thing I wanted to do with you is you wanted to have an interaction at the store. So that's going to be erudite outfitters and clothiers. The main purpose of the erudite is to make clothes for the avowed, but it also functions as the store and gift shop for the seekers. You can get paper and ink made at the House of Binding, place orders for copies of books, chapters, or spell scrolls, or buy anything typically found at a general store. So not only can you buy what's there, but you don't go to the House of Binding to place orders. You go to the erudite to place orders. Because you had noted, do you have the list of things you wanted to buy?
Yeah, he wanted to buy a journal for taking notes. I had forgotten that I had the tattoo, so I don't need to buy, ink and pens and ink pot. So it's just really the journal, and then
the holy water
checking
thing.
out the cost of. You had said at one point that they're able to make copies of certain portions of books.
Yes.
So I wanted to check out what was the pricing for that.
Okay, let me.
Because I had forgotten to write that down.
Okay, let me see here. I'm just looking into that quicker. Okay. The typical cost of copying and binding an entire book from the library is 100 gold. If it needs to be translated, it's 200 gold. Very large books would be additional. So a partial book, we would just do a ratio. Spell
Okay.
books cost 50 gold per level of spells within it. So you would tally up the total level of the spells in it, multiply that by 50 gold. And then the Works of the Avowed, which is an annual book released by Candlekeep itself, which contains essays, excerpts, and writings from particular themes or subjects that are written by the Avowed themselves. So that book comes out every year, and depending on where you're buying it, it costs between 50 and 100 gold. Since you're here, if you wanted to buy one, it would just cost 50 because there's no shipping costs or anything. So yeah, that's all the general answers on how much stuff costs for copies.
Okay. So I guess sort of like 2 blank journals to take notes into.
Okay. How much does as I can look it up. I think D&D has a book for equipment, right? Okay, so a book that's actually a book, it says, is 25 gold. So I assume if it were completely empty, that like a journal, making paper can't be. It's got to be less than a gold, though, right? I mean,
What's the cost of paper?
yeah, hard to say because all the spells
Mm.
are basically, this much gold worth of paper, which, you never know. Is that 1 page or 50 pages? I feel like these guys, like, this would be the cheapest place to buy a journal since they probably make lots of paper. I just don't think it should be expensive. I mean, I'm gonna say one gold each.
Okay. I will buy 2 of them.
Okay. Let's role play this out a little bit. I think mostly like buying and selling stuff we're not going to. But there are good reasons for you to have had actual interactions with staff here. So, the human manager of the Erudite, his name is Feldmar Bisset III. He's a human. And he is okay, Carly. Yeah, you can do that. And you can be with him for this if you want to. What was I saying? Oh yeah, he's a manager, not the owner. Candlekeep owns the Erudite. It's not its own shop. So anyway, you buy your journal and then you ask about making a deal for the Holy Vial thing, and they're like, "Well, we got to go get Feldmar." So Feldmar comes over, and he says, "Well, hello there. How can I help you?"
So I was interested in, well, trying to figure out how to create a mutually beneficial relationship for us. I am able to make holy water, which may be a benefit to those within the keep or those adventurers coming and going out of Candlekeep. And I was wondering if you could use my services for either gold or keeping a portion of whatever I make.
I see. I see. How quickly can you make a vial?
If I have the materials, I believe I can do it. Very quickly. I just have to have the materials and then touch the water. So I can create quite a few per hour.
I think it's actually 1 per hour.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Sorry, I saw the. Yep. Sorry. 1 per hour.
Okay.
I haven't done it before.
So
Or in
yes,
a long time.
Our stock at the moment is actually quite low. While most of the avowed are wizards, we do have our fair share of the more divine type of magical casters here. However, they are typically too busy to contribute their services to creating holy water. So yes, that's something that we would be interested in. However, we don't need some exorbitant number of vials. I can't imagine any more than say 50 total. Um, so what kind of payment would you expect in exchange for say 50 vials over the course of 2 weeks?
Uh, well, I would imagine if I was making 50, that's 3 days work, 4 days work, 6 days work. Keeping either 1 for every 10 that I make, or 5 gold per 10.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
Ugh. 5.
Okay. Yeah. So, yes, if that's something you want to do, bring the 50 here. When you're done, and will you said 5 gold for every 10? It's only 25 gold. I think you want 50 gold, right?
Yeah, I was trying to work out the math. Yeah.
Basically 1 gold each.
Right.
Okay. Yes, he agrees that when you're done, he'll give you 50 gold. And so if you want, you can say that during the 2 weeks you also worked on that, and you can just have 50 gold if that's what you want. Okay.
Yes, thank you. Are there other any other services that normally a cleric would perform, but the ones that typically come and go are again too busy to do those kinds of activities that maybe I could help with?
Well, the number one thing we're ever in need of is whenever um some wizard has a disaster of their own creating, mending all of their clothes. Um, that's where we end up needing the most help. You see, my staff, none of us know magic, so we tend to repair clothes by hand. However, that's fine for making new clothes or repairing normal wear and tear. But when a wizard blows himself up, repairing his favorite robe without the use of magic is quite difficult, and it's not very easy to get some of the more magically inclined people to assist us. So if you wouldn't mind being on call for such things?
I certainly can be. And yes, that is something that I am quite capable of doing and have done it for myself.
Okay, great. So when we need you, we will work out payment based on what work needs to be done at the time. And honestly, I hope you'll stick around for a long time because it would be very helpful.
Well, we'll see where the Raven Queen sends me. But thank you, and I will, leave you with her blessings.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Felsk.
Talk to me.
Well, what do you want to do during the 2 weeks?
Oh, I'm making my way around the open air areas, trying to make friends, conversating with the shopkeepers. I definitely need to have visited the outfitters as well. Mostly for conversation, though. Just trying to be friendly, make some friends along the way. Definitely not checking out the lock on my door inside of the room in which I sleep to see how it works or anything.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you would do that. However, if you
No.
did happen to check out the lock, you would note that all the locks in the Court of Air, which is the area you're allowed to go, they would seem to be of similar make. So if you were to spend any time messing with your lock, you would end up having advantage on lockpicking checks against locks in the Court of Air. Of course, you're not doing that, but if you did,
Of course. That's definitely not what I do for 15 to 20 minutes every night before I go to sleep.
right. However, there would be no way for you to know if the locks in the main keep are the same. If you were to subtly ask around, you determine that anything really protected in the main keep is either magically locked or magically trapped or within an extra dimensional portal requiring a passphrase or guarded by something dangerous and so on.
There's always such good conversation to be found here. It's quite enlightening, exciting.
In terms of getting to know shopkeeps, let me just look here. So Feldmar Bassett, I already said he's the manager. There's other people that work there too, but he's the manager at the Erudite. We've got the person in charge of the front gate that originally let the other three in the first session. That person is a male human named Callan Strongbranch. The one in charge of the Emerald Door, which is the door from the Court of Air into the main keep, is a female amethyst dragonborn named Satina Luminous. The Binder, the one in charge of the House of Binding, is a older human man named Golius Amarim. I'll post that one because I feel like the other names were easy to figure out, but not that one.
I guessed it right. Nice.
There's a bunch of different levels of like custodians and such. You could easily meet the chief groundskeeper, who is a male shield dwarf named Gus Grumpy Pants.
Hell yeah, it is.
In charge of the House of Rest, which is the inn, is a male moon elf named Ignatius Juneberry.
Ooh, nice name.
Just going through the list. Pillars of Pedagogy.
Yes.
The keeper there, then that's like the study area, is a female turtle. Her name is Duel Gusley. The manager of the hearth is a female Harangon named Rispa Yaslinger. And in charge of the bath and steam house is a female silver dragon born named Kaelora Shinescale.
Okay.
I think that's everything, because, like, I don't know if you would hang out with, like, the grain master or the guy in charge of the stables. I mean, would you?
Grain master? Yes. Stables guy? No.
Okay.
Horses are definitely not Falsk's thing.
Okay. The grain master is Belgrin Wilderness. That's a male Dwergar.
Awesome. Okay. And I think the only other thing I might do is, as I meet Duel Gusley at the Pillars of Pedagogy, I might try to see if I could make my way back into the gentleman's office that we accidentally went through a portal in, and see if there's been any movement or changes to the things that we left in there before we got like zipped away into space cruise ship.
I see. There appears to be someone in the room, basically sitting on a chair in front of the portal at all times.
Okay. And the portal hasn't closed. Oh, okay. I
No.
might have forgotten that.
Well, they said they were going to use Matrius's notes to prop it open, because that's what Matrius
Gotcha.
was originally going to do when he got out. Was he had all his notes, and he knew how to prop it open, but the problem was he went through to investigate before he did that, and then it closed much faster than he thought it would.
Okay, cool. I will try not to interrupt this individual. I really don't want to be seen by this individual having any interest in it, and I will make my way back to definitely not check my locks once again to see how they are.
Right. Okay, Dakota, you had something else?
If I can get off mute, yes. Very simply, while we're going through it, she wants to ask Mo and is it Merla or Merla?
Yeah,
I couldn't tell if that was
Tusk.
I couldn't tell if that was an L or a T because Josh has terrible eyesight. I want to casually ask the two of them if anyone sells. Hold on, did I close it? No, I did not close it. I think it's gems worth at least 100 gold pieces.
Gems. That's a good question. Well, I think the answer is no, but let's do a luck check.
Oh, okay.
And so
I have 1 of 10 for my thingamabobs.
Right, and so the idea was that, remember in the journal entry section there is a description of luck tokens. The idea is basically things will typically have an even chance of being true, when we do a luck check, and before you roll your D100, you can choose to add as many of your luck tokens, which are D6s, as you want. I'm going to say that for 100 gold, that sure, this is 50-50 chance, which means 1 through 50 is no, 51 through 100 is yes, and you can either just roll the D100 or roll a D100 plus a D6.
I'm going to save it just because, one, I don't think it's worth blowing on it. I also don't have the money to buy this anyway at the moment, and that's going to be my next question. So here we go.
55, yeah, the answer is yes.
Okay. So then the next question that she has is going to either that person, or if her friends tell her like ways that they are making money, a way for her to make 50 gold somehow. It doesn't have to immediately happen, but she just starts to inquire about it.
Yeah, so your adjutant, Mo, would tell you that the higher ups, particularly the great readers, always have projects that they are working on, and that they tend to have many menial tasks that are time consuming but often can be easy. And they would rather spend their time doing other things. They only, however, have so many adjutants under them, and they have responsibilities that they need to complete. So it can be difficult for them to find people to do specific things they need. So the answer is really you have to find somebody who needs something done. But certainly for an artificer, there would be something that you could do.
Yeah, so in whatever time I have left, she will start to try to find someone who needs work. Whether that means, physical labor or spell work, because I can change out my spells. So
Okay. Do an investigation check.
oh, this is gonna go great.
Okay, no. So during the 2 weeks,
9.
you do not find anybody. But
She will be on the look during our next adventure.
yes. All right. Anybody have anything else?
Wait, I do.
Okay.
I want to cast Longing Looks at Falsk anytime our paths cross.
Okay.
That's it.
What did you do to me?
Nothing.
Do I get to save? Am I dead?
Just so tall.
Is it some sort of magical like 9th level spell that is gonna just wreck me?
Are you actually confused?
No, I'm just being a shit.
I'm just wondering if we should create a spell called Longing Looks now.
You absolutely should.
I would love that.
I will cast Longing Looks at him.
No joke. If you make that, Joe, I will add it to our group.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to add that to my to-do list here. Longing.
I had one other thing as well. Would Dakota be announcing that Dakota is seeking money and trying to make a quick gold?
Yes, she would be very obvious about it, and basically telling anyone that asks her, like any remotely question nearby to what she's doing, that is what she's doing, because she is trying to construct an owl friend.
Excellent. Okay. Falsk will definitely, in hearing this, approach you and let you know that I just have a quick request, if you could. I would actually. Can we speak in your room? Would that be all right?
Oh, of course. My room is like up at the very top. It's the place that like people always want to go, and yeah, come on up.
Amazing. I will go up there and close the door behind us, pick 2 gold out of my pocket, toss it to her, and say, I just want to take a look at your lock real quick. That's all. This is an easy 2 gold. So you're safe.
My lock of what?
On your door, just in case it's, you know, in need of repair.
Oh. Well, if it's broken, I can actually cast a spell for that. Is it broken? And she like starts looking at it very inquisitively, having absolutely no idea what she's actually looking for.
Oh, allow me a moment. I'll take a quick look, and I'll just quickly try to identify if the lock is the same as mine. And I'm assuming, like you said, Joe, it is.
It is. It is.
All right, cool. It looks like it's in perfectly good working order. Quite exceptional, really. Better than mine.
Oh, that's just fantastic. Should we like go make sure everyone else's rooms are okay? I think I don't know where Vesper sleeps, but like I bet if we go find her, she'll be able to tell us like a lot of stuff wherever she sleeps.
That is an excellent question. Actually,
Stack of books with legs walks by.
We're inside of someone's room.
Oh, hey.
In the inn.
Never mind that I'm in like the penthouse with like no other rooms up here.
I'm gonna fish out one more gold. And actually, Dakota, if you could do me one other favor, I'm looking for someone within the Erudite Outfitters. Could you keep a lookout for someone?
Sure. What's their name? What do they look like? I'm so good with people.
Well, and see, that's actually the problem I'm having. I have yet to identify them because I've never actually met them face to face before. I do hope that I'm going to be able to meet them, obviously, but I need to find them first. Now, my last bit of information that I had said that they worked at the Outfitters location. However, when I was in there recently, I only met Feldmar, and while he is quite excellent, that is not who I believe I am seeking.
That was a lot of words, but I trust that it made a lot of sense.
Excellent. I believe their name is Relia. And Joe, if you want to correct me on that, go for it.
What name are you trying to say?
Relia. Ryllia. Relia.
Oh,
Relia? It's been a long day, guys. Reading's hard.
I don't think I've ever said it out loud.
Cool, me neither.
I was pronouncing it Rylia.
Rylia, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Rylia.
I'm cool with Rylia. Oh yeah, I'm looking for Rylia. If you happen to come across her, just let her know that Falsk has arrived, and I wish a meeting. That's all.
And you said this person is in the... Damn it, I was going to say Urban Outfitters.
The Urban Outfitters.
Is in... is in somewhere a thing?
I believe the Erudite Outfitters. I believe.
Got it.
But just keep an ear out. If you happen to hear about their name, let me know.
I can do that. Where is this place? I'll go find them right now.
I'll just point out the window of this luscious penthouse suite towards the Erudite Outfitters across the Court of Air.
You also notice,
she immediately heads in that direction.
You also notice, Faust, that for some reason her room is a lot nicer than yours. It's bigger and she's got more stuff.
I'm kind of frustrated by that for like a small second, and then I remember, I've had less. It's fine. And I will double check to make sure that her lock is secure, and then make my way back to the, I guess, gathering hall.
Well, also, see, the thing, Faust, though, is that none of you are really paying for these rooms. So it's strange that one would even be better than another.
Oh, an excellent point.
Didn't they say that we could pay for better rooms?
You can, but when... As
Is
far
that
as
in a different building?
no, but as far as you know, Dakota hasn't paid extra. Maybe she
Oh.
did.
Okay. Thank you for pointing that out. I will delve deeper into that later.
Definitely notice, that's all.
Okay. Thank you.
I had 2 more things on my list.
Well, hold on. If Dakota is
Okay.
going to go right there,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, I could jump into it, or you can go to someone else. I don't care. It's up to you.
I was going to say we could do that, and we could say that that's when Warren is having his conversation.
Sure.
So you walk in,
Yeah,
and you see Morn like in the back talking to somebody, and a clerk comes over, and hello there, ma'am. How can I help you?
Oh, hi there. If you just give me 1 second, I need to go say hi to my friend. And she goes over and just gives Morn the biggest bear hug in the middle of his conversation, like completely interrupts whatever he's doing. Hey, Morn. Hi. Do you remember me? Yeah, it's me. I just wanted to say hi. Okay, bye now. And she goes back to the other person.
You're very hard to forget, Dakota.
Hello, I'm back now. I was told that I could find someone named Riley here. Are they available for a discussion?
Sure. Yeah. A moment, please. Person like heads down a hallway.
That's fantastic. You're wonderful.
Okay. Let me find this person now. Okay. So just a second. I need to look at one thing.
Take your time. I'm wrangling a dog as we speak.
Okay. Female human, middle-aged, comes out. She kind of has her hands clasped together, comes out to you. Hello. I was told that you were looking for me.
Muted dog man.
Josh?
I knew I should have gone first.
I love how everybody keeps thinking of more, too.
I mean, he doesn't have a water heater or something, and he has a dog. That's too many things.
God damn it! God! I said all of it, and I was muted. Ugh.
You didn't hear us talking?
No, I heard you talking, and as Joe talked, I responded in character.
Oh.
So you didn't hear me going over to you, did you? You didn't hear any of that?
Yeah, to me, yes.
You hugged him.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So I must have hit mute after that. Okay. Freaking fan is gonna kill me. I don't remember what I said.
So she
hi there. My name is yeah. My name is Dakota. I'm really glad that I was able to meet you here. I was actually sent on a mission to find you, and getting important right information on a mission is super important because then if you don't have the right information, you go to the wrong place. But like anyway, you're here, and that's just super great. So actually, I was actually sent to find you and give you a message on behalf of one of my good friends. His name is Falsk, and he really wants to like talk to you or something.
Okay. And where is this Felsk?
I would assume we just came from the rest house, right? That's where we were talking.
House of Rest. Yep.
Yeah. I assume he's still at the House of Rest because that's where we just spoke like 5 minutes ago, and I don't think he would have had too much time to like leave there. And plus, he was really obsessed with locks at the time and making sure that like everything was safe and secure. So he seemed really into that. So I think he'll be doing that for a while. If you wanted to like go talk to him or something.
No. Tell him to meet me here in 3 days at 5 o'clock.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you for your time. You seem super lovely, and the way that you have your hair all twisted up in a bun, it's very pretty. It's classic librarian, if I do say so myself. Okay, bye. And she leaves.
So
And
so
goes and tells.
now, yeah. So knowing
No?
how Dakota's memory is, I write down the specifics that Rylea says just in case she gets it wrong.
Well, make a perception check to see if you overheard that.
Oh, okay.
Come on, natural one. Show us the goodness. Oh, so close.
He heard all of it.
23.
You heard all of it. The thing about the locks, all of it. Okay. What else did you have, Morn?
I had two things. One was that during some downtime, if there was any particular services going on at the Temple of Ogma,
Yeah,
that
I
would
pronounce it Agma.
go there. Agma, okay.
But
I would go there to observe and just see how they were, conducting their worship.
there are no regular services. People go when they want to pray.
Oh, okay. Interesting. And then the other was that at some point I was seeking out Falsk to talk to him.
Well, you found me. How can I assist you?
Yes, I was in the Outfitters and happened to overhear a conversation between Dakota and a woman named Rylea. I just wanted to first make sure that Dakota got the logistics correct. She does tend to get things mixed up, and you are to meet in 3 days' time at 5 o'clock, not in 5 days' time at 3.
Dakota, how did that go? Did you tell him correctly?
Yes, funnily enough, when it's something, like you guys are her friends now, so she is a little bit more focused when it comes to you guys and asking favors and things. So she was very attentive on getting those details right.
Okay. All right. So you've just confirmed it. Okay.
I will respond with, "Oh, you're quite caring, my friend. Yes, it turns out she did say 5 days' time at 3 p.m. I appreciate you clarifying that for me. Quite kind."
Oh, yeah, not a problem. Given, and I'm hoping that, someone of your skill set, specifically as I've heard you've had an interest in locks, as
Oh,
well
indeed.
as seeing how you deployed your skills in battle when we had gone through the portal. I was wondering if we could perhaps work together a little bit more closely in using some new abilities that I've just recently come into. So rather than just, well, keeping you alive, which is what I managed to do when we were through the portal, quite a bit, as a matter of fact.
Just barely, am I right?
uh, yes. I seem to have, well, two new abilities that I think somebody of your particular skills may be able to take advantage of.
All right.
Um, uh, uh, Once per day, I'm able to cast a spell on enemies that illuminates them and gives you a much better chance of hitting them rather than missing them, which I noticed you did quite a bit through the portal. And I figured that might help you. Uh,
I don't quite remember that part, and it must have been the beatings I was taking. I apologize.
oh, well, that I guess that's usually what somebody of my ilk is for, when going with more stout adventurers such as yourself.
Hmm.
But I also have an ability now that I can see their vulnerability and be able to help guide you so that any strike that you do one time uh, does the maximum amount of damage.
Ooh. As if I might
Um,
pinpoint their weakness right in front of me.
Correct.
Indeed.
So we should maybe work out some sort of signal or something that I would let you know, you know, when I've done that so that you can strike with, and do optimal damage.
I believe that would be quite easy. Maybe over a tea and a little bit of maybe philosophical discussion as well.
I would actually enjoy that. And
Myself as well.
I can perhaps tell you about my mistress, the Raven Queen.
It is as you pointed out, my line of work, imperative to have information. The more you know, the better you are prepared. Your mistress, I would be very excited to hear about.
Then let's go ahead and get some tea.
Indeed.
And off we go. And that's all I wanted to do.
Okay. Anybody else? Anything else?
I'm gonna go hang out with Vesper for a little while too, but I'm not gonna talk to her. I'm just gonna stand like within eyesight because I've been seeing some weird looks, trying to make sure she's not like dying or something.
All right. So here's what we'll say. 2 days after that interaction, all of you happen to be within the pillars of pedagogy. Depending on how much you've been hanging out, you can either all be in one room or in separate rooms nearby each other. It's up to you. I don't care. You are reading or studying or researching, eavesdropping, spying, whatever. Watcher, you are specifically researching Baal the Demon Lord, Bhaal. And you are looking through a book called Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions. This is a 7-inch wide, 9-inch tall book. The brown leather cover is worn from time and use. The name of the book and its author, the author is Mazfroth Gether. Give you that spelling here. The name of the book and the name of the author are elegantly written in cursive with black ink on the first page. The care put into the front page, however, does not apply to the rest of the book's contents. Mazfroth's handwriting is messy and hasty, as if they couldn't write down their thoughts fast enough. Furthermore, the book's 151 pages don't all match, indicating that the author kept adding more pages. The book's stitching is haphazard and looks like it could come undone at any moment. Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions contains a collection of eclectic essays, though not much is revealed or known about the author. That's what drew you to this book in particular. Mazfroth's essays go on long tangents, although the topics in the book are many and varied. It is clear that divinity, the denizens of the multiverse, and the nature of magic were subject of particular interest to Mazfroth. Before we get into what Watcher discovers, I would like the rest of you to tell me what you're doing in this moment and which of you are together.
Well, I'm with Faust, obviously. Running out of spell slots over here.
Running out of spell slots.
Okay, so
yeah, I'll hang out with Vesper.
The effect accumulates with each casting. Okay, writing that down.
I'm probably wandering around, so like every 10 minutes or so, they see me out of the corner of their eye. Then I disappear for 10 minutes, and then I'm back again.
Okay, and Morn?
I'm probably in a corner watching the two of them. And then obviously then seeing Dakota walk through, I'm like rolling my eyes and then, back to observing the two of them again.
That's weird. All right, so I think what we would say is that the four of you, not Dakota, are in one room that has 3 tables, and Felsk and Vesper are at the middle table together. And Vesper is at the same table, but as far as way away at that table as possible, with Morn in a corner, and Dakota just keeps walking by in the hallway, I guess. And I haven't heard from Carly in a while. Carly, are you still here? Or are you here?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm here.
All right. So you have discovered an essay which describes the fact that the Abyss is ruled by demon lords. Baphomet, Demogorgon, Gratz, Jublex, Orcus, Yinagu, Zuckmoy, and many others. And the essay goes on to theorize that many monsters were created directly by these demon lords. Jublex, for example, created all oozes. Before you can finish reading the essay, the book transforms into a luminous sphere of ectoplasm 3 feet in diameter, and you hear a voice scream into your head, "Feed me!" And we're going to roll initiative.
Why are books so hurtful in this world?
Right.
Yeah. And then the other thing is that, let's see. This is all theater of the mind. So what I'm going to do, I did already do that. Let's activate the map.
So we should hold off rolling initiative?
No, you can do it now.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Creature rolled real high. All right.
How am I first? I'm not even in the room.
Because it's going to take you longer to get there.
Well, that's good. You can spend your turn getting into the room. And Watcher, you're the only one that heard that voice, by the way.
Okay.
Okay. So this luminous ectoplasm, 3-foot sphere, like tries to bash you, like hit you with itself. And it only got a 9 for the attack.
Miss.
Yeah, so it misses you. That is its turn.
Okay, so to make the...
Whoa.
Oh.
That damage, if it had hit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
To make this work realistically, you guys hear a little bit of laughter coming around the corner, and you hear Dakota say, "Hey, everybody, listen! Did you guys hear the one about the necromancer and the bard walking into a bar?" And that's her turn. She's there now. She doesn't know what's going on.
She just walks in telling a joke.
Beautiful.
She doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh wait, I gotta hit the thingy. I gotta hit the thingy.
I already moved it.
Oh, you already did it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So since I'm in the corner away from this creature,
Room isn't huge.
right? But I'm not like right in front of it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cast Bless on Falsk, Watcher, and Vesper.
Okay.
Whee! And stay in my little corner. And that ends my turn.
Would you say that this is happening in front of me or behind me?
In front of you.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
In front of me? Okay, great.
Mm.
I will jump up, quickly move over to the creepy-looking thing, and try to stab it with a short sword. That's going to be a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Ah, excellent. That's going to be 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
Would that have gotten sneak attack?
Yes.
Ah, let's pump in a little sneak attack damage then. Oh, 6
Oh.
more. Oh. And then I will freehand dagger stab at it. That's an 11 to hit. Probably not.
You're blessed.
Oh, I am blessed. That's right. Let's see. It's a D4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay.
14 hits.
Plus 3.
Yep.
Nice. All right. So max 4 damage on top of the 12 from before.
Yeah. That's a big hit on this thing. Yeah.
I will. Am I good enough to do that yet? No, I don't think I am. I can't bonus action disengage yet. So
I don't think you are.
I will. I will stare at it menacingly.
We can check though, right? Features.
I think that's 3rd level.
Yeah, I think I need to go up one more. I don't have any passive or active abilities, so nothing fancy yet. And I think I forgot. How do I end my turn?
Oh, wait.
Look at the chat.
Cunning action.
I apologize. What?
Chat.
Look in the chat.
Oh. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I will bonus action disengage and back up 10 feet.
Okay. Yeah. Easy enough. Okay. Yeah. And I should be letting you guys end your turn. So there you go. Okay, Watcher. This thing's right in front of you.
Do I need to back up a little bit if I want to use my flail?
Do you need to back up to use your flail? No, it's a melee weapon.
Well, I was like, I was reading it. Didn't know.
You're fine. Oh boy.
Huh.
Even a bless is not going to help that.
Even a bless doesn't help that. Okay, you break the table in half.
Distraction?
You hear a disappointed mouth click from Falsk.
Watcher, what are you doing? Why are you breaking the table? Oh, that's why. That thing is nasty.
Vesper, your whole pile of books just goes flying all over the room.
Man, you guys.
Oops.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's all I can do.
Okay.
Okay. Let me tell you what I am not set up for still. Combat. Everything is immune to the damage I can do. Alright, Mind Sliver, which is probably gonna do nothing. Let's see. I forgot how to cast.
Click the picture, basically.
DC 14 Intelligence save.
Okay.
That's max damage, though. Good roll.
Oops, why did I have your token selected?
Oh, Captain.
That's a sexy 4 roll, though.
There we go.
Great.
Ooh.
Okay, it takes 6 damage.
It does?
Yeah, it is
Great.
Obviously injured now in a way that lets you know that it's below half health.
And subtract a d4 from your next saving throw.
Right. I don't have an icon for that, so I've been using just the exhaustion thing to remind myself of that kind of stuff.
Am I within its melee?
No.
I'm gonna back the fuck up.
Okay.
Why does this keep happening around you guys? And that's it.
Okay. The creature screams out psychically so that you can all hear it now. Feed me! And it's going to go after Watcher again. Does a 16 hit?
No.
Oh, okay.
You gotta get a 17.
Dakota.
Got them Ocala level block up. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Seeing some folks having trouble trying to hit this thing, is there a way I can throw down fairy fire without getting any of my allies?
Yeah, it's a square. Sure.
She will cast fairy fire.
Okay.
So that is a DC 13 Dex save.
If you click it, yeah, it puts it out there, and then I can just click it.
Yeah. No, I was just saying it.
Minus a D4, and it still succeeds.
Doesn't matter. That's crap. Well, I tried, everybody. No, I don't think I can get rid of that now. But whatever.
You tried. You tried.
That's the Bermuda Square of Candlekeep.
Yep. So you can end your turn on the combat tracker. Horn.
Let's see. So I guess Morn will see that everybody is still at risk, but nobody's taken damage, so he'll just do damage.
Throws a book at it.
He's going to cast Guiding Bolt.
All right.
Ooh, and he misses.
He does.
Ooh.
Wait, it was fairy fired.
No, it
Shouldn't
succeeded.
the...
No.
Oh,
It
right,
succeeded.
right.
Save.
Sorry, I forgot. I apologize.
That was nice damage, too. Oh, well. I need
your-
more practice.
Your modifiers aren't that bad, guys. Stop rolling 2s. Like,
Powerful 2s.
you got a natural 1, a 2.
Okay. I just want to confirm one more time how sneak attack works. It's if it's engaged with one of my comrades.
Yeah, as long as you have an ally within 5 feet of it, you can sneak attack it.
All right, I don't have to
Why?
waste my time hiding then. Good.
Right.
I go for a stab. That's a 16 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Sick. Take 7 damage plus 2 more damage.
Okay.
And then I'll stab it with the dagger. I said I'll stab it with the dagger.
With Bless. You need it.
14 to hit.
14 hits.
Oh, it's max damage.
Again.
4 more on top of that. I will bonus action, disengage again, back up 10 feet, and call out to Morn. Oh, it's working. I'm I'm as surprised as you are. Oh, and then I end my turn. Oh god, I'm so sorry. I forgot to end it. My bad.
It takes getting used to. Watcher.
Okay. I'm gonna let's see how this works this time.
Yep.
Huh.
How do you kill it?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dope.
So the end of the flail is just gonna come down and squash it, and it goes everywhere, all over everybody.
Just. Yep.
Yes.
Splorch.
Watcher does not like it.
All right. The thing dies. It bursts into like piles of ectoplasm, which then evaporate, and there is now no more creature, no more book, no more nothing. However, one of the pillars of pedagogy librarians is standing in the doorway, having come when they heard the table snap in half and saw the end of the fight, and it's just like, is everyone okay? What was that?
That was a book.
It was a surprise, that's for sure. However, Vesper, you would most likely be able to identify that, I would assume, right?
What do you mean?
Why
it was
would
a
you
book?
Why would you keep such things in a library?
Yeah, your book attacked me.
We're supposed to be doing stuff for the books, and we're not. We're doing stuff against the books.
To the books, technically, yes.
Oh no.
I'm gonna have to go get someone. You all stay here, please.
I'm not paying for that book.
Here we go
Vesper's
again.
face
The
is like mortified.
The librarian takes off.
Oh no. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh.
Vesper, seriously, why are there so many things that just come to life in this place and attack?
I don't know. I'm starting to think it's you guys' fault. This stuff didn't happen to me before you guys got here.
What did happen to you before we got here?
Well, I read a lot and I learned a lot. And
Did you leave your room?
Yeah. I work. I am a
Doubtful.
working woman. Making my way up the bureaucratic chain
I will lean
ladder.
in closely to Vesper and say, it's more exciting this way, though, isn't it?
She casts Fall in Love. Just kidding.
And I will lean all the way back up to my regular height, as I had to lean a long way down there.
Oh my gosh, she's
Isn't
so
that
tall.
a dexterity check? Can't you do something about that? Oh, that's
I'll rub my knee and point to Morn. They're just not as good as they used to be, you know?
He had to get down on his knees and then lean over.
Yes, I'm small.
Being tall is hard.
Kristen, I DM'd you.
Oh.
Vesper, have you ever
see.
been in the Great Library where we got the day pass to?
Sure. Yes.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
So at this point, the bless would be gone after a minute.
Yeah.
I pull out Tom and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm freaking out. And I like open the book and I'm like, what is going on?
Okay. So for you have never heard of anything like this happening before yourself.
Yeah,
and
no.
you ask Tom what's going on. And Tom says, well, I know there are 146 unique creatures that can transform, but relatively few into objects. Among them are vampires, lycanthrope, doppelgangers, familiars, hags, divas, barghast, slod, mimics, kingwatsum, scions, many demons, devils, Nugloth, various oozes, yuan-ti, druids, anyone who knows polymorph, changelings, yangshi, starspawn, dragons, and oni.
I told you not to say polymorph in front of me ever again.
Out of game, do we hear this?
Yeah, the book is talking to her.
Oh, yeah.
I'll cast Shillelagh. Do we need to attack that as well?
How dare you? No, absolutely not. It's my greatest friend.
Morn, lower your weapon.
It's come to life like the other books.
And yet, it is better than all the other books. Is it not, Vesper? And I'll turn back to her.
Yeah, obviously, Tom, the E is silent. He is really smart and kind of unhelpful, honestly. But he's my greatest friend.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I would say at this point, Dakota knows what happened to my ears. I was being a little too big for my britches, trying to cast spells that I didn't actually know how to cast. And I tried to polymorph into a bat to hang out with Echo. And the only thing that changed were my ears, except permanently.
That was totally Josh out of character, but thank you for the note.
Yep.
When you slightly dabble into true polymorph, just slightly.
On accident.
Just slightly.
Okay, well, thanks, Tom.
So who would they have gone to fetch, Vesper? And what do we need to be prepared for?
Yeah, that's a great question. I forget who's in charge of that person. But it's a really hierarchical system, so they probably just go straight to the person that's in charge of.
Is there someone who's in charge of like protecting everyone or something? Because this is like twice that our lives have been in danger, and that's really not cool, you know?
Yeah, no, not at all. In fact, we have like no security almost. Seemed like a good idea at the time. You know, everybody can cast magic, so.
That's quite dangerous, actually. This
I
again.
mean, I wasn't there when they made these rules and stuff, but.
As I spoke to you before, Vesper, it's quite dangerous to just rely solely on one facet of our abilities to protect us from everything. It would be quite terrible if a very skilled magician of some type with skills similar to mine, and I'll like pull out my dagger and then like move my hands around and make it disappear and then do it again and make it reappear. You never know what they might accomplish getting into a place like this.
A figure stands in the doorway It is a male gold dragonborn, wearing like a brown robe, and he's got his hands behind his back after having knocked on the door frame, and he walks into the room and kind of looks at everybody. He appears to be trying to piece together what happened, and then he looks at all of you, and he says, "Who destroyed the table?"
Technically, I think everything that happened is the book's fault. I mean, I don't think it was an actual book. I think that maybe it was a creature. There's a lot of creatures that can change into stuff, and it's over
In the
there.
act of self-defense, when this creature attacked, the table suffered.
Indeed, it was quite unfortunate. Actually, I think we are all taking a bit of responsibility here, and I'll fish out 3 gold and hand it to him and say, I do hope that might cover a replacement table, one that might withstand a flail, one might say.
He holds
A good flailing.
He holds the gold in his hand, but doesn't like pocket or anything. He just keeps his hand out with the gold in his hand, and he says, "I wasn't saying that anyone is in trouble. I just wanted to know who did it. I would think, as seekers, that since you are here to have questions answered, you'd be better at answering questions yourselves."
Oh, quite.
Watcher just raises her hand.
I just wanted to see the table be replaced, of course.
Well,
I appreciate that.
Shall we try mending it first?
Tell me what happened, please.
Watcher slowly puts her hand down. So I was reading this book, and while I was reading it, it just disappeared and changed into some weird goopy thing, and then it attacked us. So, I mean, we had to defend ourselves.
Of course. And so, where did it go?
It just disappeared.
It left?
We stabbed it several times and then cracked a flail over it. A very good, actually, swing, Watcher. Well done. And it exploded all over the place and then kind of fizzled out.
And he looks at your flail and notes that it's a chain with a book? Because that's what your flail is.
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh.
Remember? You got it from that wall. It broke off.
Totally remember that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, your flail, it's not like a ball at the end. It's literally a book on, like, fighting. But
okay.
Anyway. He says, "Okay. All right. I'm going to need all of you to please go speak with the binder."
Where we gonna
Vesper,
go?
Vesper knows where his office is.
Yeah.
And are there gonna be some more books that are gonna attack us?
No, we're probably gonna have to fill out reports. So many reports, and like 7 pages each, and we have to sign an initial.
I love paperwork. This is gonna be so much fun, you guys.
Watcher, what book were you reading upon, by chance?
I only caught the name of the author when he said it. Mazfroth's Gether.
Yeah, Mathroth's Mighty Digressions.
Okay.
I'll look at the guy that came in the room. Does that mean anything to you?
It does. And I just need all of you to please go speak with the binder while I clean up here. He hands you your gold back.
Oh, are you certain? Again, this is a donation. You guys don't really do much.
I'm gonna start hustling everybody out.
Is easy.
Okay.
Do you wish for help? I know how to mend things.
I've got it.
I can.
Thank you
Oh,
very much.
okay.
Hustle, hustle, scoot, scoot.
Yes.
So what made you choose that book, Watcher? As we're walking to the binder,
I wanted
following that.
I wanted to study the demon lords. I've been hearing a lot of talk around here. I'm trying to figure out if any of these conspiracies they're talking about are true or not.
You do
So
you do have a conspiracy about demons.
I thought I did.
Yeah.
So one of the demon princes, Orcus, is an enemy to my mistress, but not the great enemy. Was there anything in that book mentioning him?
Would I have seen anything like that? I know I wasn't looking for anything about Orcus, but
Yeah, there would have been. Nothing you read really spoke to you. But then again, you didn't read the whole book.
yeah, I was just kind of skimming. Might have seen his name mentioned. It was a pretty hectic book to begin with. It was a bunch of essays about different things. The only thing that I think caught my eye was that it talked about what was it? The abyss being controlled by demon lords.
He's one of them.
Yeah.
Well, apparently they made some creatures.
Hmm.
I'm assuming that might be one of them that just attacked us, but I don't
Not a very
know.
good creature, if I might say so. We
Right?
handled it quite quickly.
Okay, you guys arrive at the house of the binder. Vesper leads you in. So this is the place where they copy books. And they're in here making paper, making ink, making binding supplies, binding books. There's an area where people are actively copying books. Lots of hustle and bustle in this place. And Vesper leads you into the back where the offices are located, and she actually walks past all of the office doors to the end of a hall where there's a bookcase, and she pulls a specific book, and the bookcase slides out of the way, and there's a staircase.
Ooh.
And you have an opportunity to tell them whatever you want about the binder before you go up.
Let's see here. Is this the guy that I sent you stuff on?
Yes.
Okay. Listen, he likes ginger snap cookies. If you guys get in any trouble with him, just shove a ginger snap cookie in his hand. And I'm gonna walk
Wh-
in.
Where do we
Would
get the?
I
Oh,
have
okay.
would I have one of them from Sprig, who likes baking cookies?
Make a luck check.
Ooh.
But you need a 67 or higher.
Come on, luck.
Oh,
Oh,
you do not.
Oh,
You have a
So
chocolate
so
close.
chip
close. Damn.
Uh-huh.
Does that chocolate chip cookie have like a little bit of ginger, like
No.
sprinkled in it?
Nope.
Oh, so close though.
Yeah, it was close. Okay. You head
I'll eat
up.
the cookie.
You he eats the cookie. You head up the stairs into. It leads right into an office. There is not another door at the top of the stairs. You just get to the top of the stairs, and suddenly you're in this guy's office. It's bigger than it should be in here, based on where it is in the building. There is an old human man wearing a red robe with gold trim. He's sitting at a desk. He actually looks very friendly. And when you walk in, he stands up, though he's a little hunched. He stands up. He says, "Welcome, Vesper. Welcome, seekers. Please have a seat. Tea, anyone? Perhaps a ginger snap."
Oh, do
So
do you have ginger snaps?
Yes, I do. He's got a plate with 8 on it.
Oh, I will take one and bow slightly. Thank you so much, my friend. A tea would be great.
Okay. He turns his back to you and is working like with a kettle.
So looking around, you said that the space was larger than it should be, like jarringly so. Like this is
Noticeably so. I don't know about jarringly so.
mm,
Bigger on the inside.
Yep, bigger on the
mm,
inside.
okay. So either illusory or dimensionally. Okay.
So the binder is Matrius's boss. Of course, Matrius is dead. So he's Vesper's boss's dead boss's boss.
Yeah. Hey.
He's not talking though. He's just working the teapot.
Did they tell you why we're here?
Oh yes, he's talking over his shoulder. Yes, I know why you're here.
Okay. They did it.
He gives Felsk his tea.
Thank you so
and
much.
He sits down. Well, we don't have any sort of police force here or anything. We don't have to conduct all that many investigations. So I have been placed in charge of this situation. Management rotates such responsibilities. I'm afraid that I have very little information for you, but am happy to share what I do know. You see, Mazfroth's Mighty Digrations is the third book to transform into an ectoplasmic monster. The other two were The Dark Hunger and Fallen Tethymar. The first...
Carly,
Go ahead.
sorry, what was Carly, the book that Watcher was looking at again?
Mazfroth's Mighty
Mazfroth's.
Digressions.
Okay.
It was a Dark Hunger and Fallen what?
Tethymar. Tethyamar.
Jeez. Okay.
The first of these destroyed a wizard's homunculus before it was eliminated. The second attempted to eat a cat, but luckily it tripped a trap and was destroyed. The witness descriptions of what happened is the same as your story, meaning that the DM is admitting that there is no reason to interview other witnesses. All 3 of these books were used to gain entrance to Candlekeep in the past 2 months. Now, we do keep records of the Seekers allowed into Candlekeep and the books that they gifted the library. 2 Seekers who gained entrance with these books are still here. One is Yulirian High Scroll. He's the one that brought Mazfroth's. The other, her name is Valor, and she brought the Dark Hunger.
Are they still here?
Yes.
Yulirian is currently at the Pillars of Pedagogy, apparently reading on lost dwarven kingdoms. Valor has been spending her days reshingling the House of Rust as restitution for what her book did.
I like her. She seems to have a very strong name.
Did these books, their contents, have anything in common?
Well, the Dark Hunger is about a powerful entity served by star-fearing warlocks. Hadar. The other is about a dwarf king named Gelen who sought to reclaim his kingdom in the Desert Mouth Mountains.
Do you?
Let me guess. That's the one that Valor brought.
No, Valor brought the Dark Hunger.
Sorry. Who's researching the dwarf stuff right now?
Valyrian?
The other guy,
Valyria, yeah. Okay.
But
And that's the
he,
one they brought.
but he brought Mazfroth's.
Right.
All right.
Who was it that brought the fallen Tethmir?
That person left the day after they arrived, so we have no idea where they are.
Their name, though?
John Smith.
Oh, that's not suspicious at all.
Hmm.
Smith spelled with a Y and John with no H.
Oh.
So wait, fallen Tethmir was about what topic?
A dwarf king named Gallant. Okay, hold on here. I have this set up so that I can paste it over to you because I know that they're far more so than Josh's game. There is, because this is taking place in the Forgotten Realms, there is so much goddamn lore that's real.
We need more lore dumps right now.
Well, it's like everything I have to talk about, I don't actually know anything about it. Like, I'm assuming this Gelen is a real friggin' person somewhere in the lore.
Are you saying my lore isn't real?
You heard what I said.
I'm saying that there are like 100 novels of lore.
Yeah, dude, I don't even want to try to explain all of the lore surrounding D&D to someone. That would be impossible.
Yeah,
I've read a lot of the Forgotten Realms books, and I don't recognize Gelen or obviously Hadar, but
yeah,
Hadar.
and I think it admits someplace that it's talking about Hadar. In this section of the description, it doesn't, but I figured it out that it's talking about Hadar, but it's supposed to be that Hadar is a bigger deal to D&D players than people in the D&D world. Like, we all know who
it's
he
an
is.
abstract. Yeah, Hadar is an abstract.
So,
what do demons, the all-consuming hunger, and a dwarf king on a journey have in common? Maybe we should go. Oh, well, that's.
What?
Do you want us to? You said you don't have resources to really conduct investigations. Would you like us to help?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I called you here in the first place. Before getting into that, though, I have one more thing to tell you. I've set you up with lunch tomorrow with Craftmaster Nymeria Pebblesable at the hearth. She is an expert on transmutation. This was difficult to set up as she doesn't like to enter the court of air. She's a bit snooty. But at least during the course of lunch, she will answer whatever questions you have. Now, if you all can solve this mystery for us, with Vesper as my representative, you'll each receive a free entry into Candlekeep at a later date. And of course, if your investigation takes you outside the walls, you will also be let in for free when you're done. Vesper, meanwhile, will receive a helm of comprehending languages.
Ooh.
I assume that that would also come with some sort of greater responsibility as well.
In what way do you mean?
I assume Vesper, and I look down at her, not to judge, but maybe you're not comprehending enough languages right now. This may be more of a push for you to pick up more of the work that's coming your way.
I don't know. I did just get a promotion in standing. I am now adequate.
You've always been more than adequate.
She blushes.
Well, certainly, whenever an avowed does a particularly good job, they come up for promotions in standing or position. So certainly, that's something that would be considered after any action Vesper takes.
So is Vesper the only one to be rewarded for this investigation?
I mean, we'll be able to go in to the keep once more than just once, technically twice.
Yes, exactly. That the value of a get in free ticket is quite hard to express in terms of gold. However, I do understand that you may have expenses and the like in order to solve this, and so my theory is that these three books were not actually those three books, that they were something intended to replicate them, that either went wrong or that this was the plan to begin with. Therefore, I will reward you with 100 gold per book you are able to claim of the three.
Would you say almost potentially mimicking those books?
Yes, I would.
I see.
But don't count your chickens before your eggs have hatched. You still have to collect the books before you can get any money. Do any of you have any questions at this point?
I don't think so.
Oh, sir.
What flavor of tea is this? Because this is absolutely delicious.
Oh boy.
Uh,
What flavor of tea
one
is it, Kristen?
Chai, obviously.
Okay.
Everything's spiced. Because little taste buds are old.
when did this John Smith come, and how long did he stay? And when did he leave?
There is no information in the module about the third person.
Huh.
Whatsoever.
Hmm.
So I made up John Smith.
Oh. Okay.
And Joe, what was the name of this individual again? I apologize that we've been talking to.
Well, he's only gone by the binder. But his actual name I don't have written right here. Just a second.
That's fine.
Julius
That's fine.
Amirin, I believe.
Yeah, that's it.
You said it earlier, so I think, yeah. I'd be aware of this individual.
Yeah. So again, to go over general, because I am intentionally throwing a lot of names at all of you.
Yeah.
But the boss of everybody is the Keeper of Tomes. That's Janusi. His second in command is first reader Bookworm. And then underneath the two of them are 8 great readers, and the binder is just underneath one of them. And That is going to be so. Vesper would know this. The great reader who is the binder's boss is great reader Feminor Scrivenbark, who is a Lightfoot halfling.
Hmm.
That is the great reader who is in charge of the binder. So Vesper's thing is Feminor Scrivenbark, then the binder, then Dead Matrius, then Varnir, then Vesper.
I have more of a request than a question for you, Mr. Binder. You guys have like rules about violence in here. But while we're investigating this for you, you think you could give us some leeway in case violence is needed?
I find that when mortals are dealing with each other, that violence is rarely necessary. However, when you're dealing with mindless monsters who wish to devour your life essence, yes, of course, you may defend yourself.
Perfect.
We don't care about the table. Such things are easily replaced for a place with so many magically inclined individuals. However, if you had damaged a book, that probably would have been a different story. Even in the interest of defending yourself, causing damage to priceless books is a touchy subject for us.
Who determines their worth?
The great readers, generally.
And they would determine that a human life is worth less than that of a book?
I would say that most of the books here are worth more than a single human life.
I write that down in my journal.
I mean, honestly, Morn, in your line of work, I would have figured that you would probably have agreed. I'm slightly surprised.
It depends upon the contributions that life has given to the world, and not so arbitrary a measure. But okay.
Of course, but the worth they've already given to the world isn't going anywhere when they die. Those things still happened. But the knowledge contained in the book oftentimes are only contained in those locations, and if that information is destroyed, well, that information would need to be reclaimed, and even if it were possible to reclaim that information, who knows how many lives were lost in obtaining it in the first place.
And if I might just expand slightly on that, uh, oftentimes one individual is not the change that creates where we are today. And I'll just gesticulate wildly for a moment. We don't get this through one person, but through many. And they're gone. But here we have built many good things.
But a book can be copied. A human life cannot be.
Actually,
Well,
I was
sort of
reading
a
a book
clone cell.
just last week about copying humans. It something about a clone, I think, is what the word was. It's quite terrifying.
Hmm.
I'll find the book again. I'll give it to you,
No,
Morn. You should check it out.
I've actually read that one.
Oh, indeed. What did you think of it?
I do think it's a rather cheap and, well, it's a shortcut to immortality, but not foolproof.
All right, now kick up your heels. You've got seekers to interview. Off with you now.
He's kicking us out.
Apologies. We've begun a philosophical discussion some time ago, and it seems it's still ongoing.
I'm
Apologies.
used to that type of thing happening, but
maybe you can join us in the future.
Perhaps.
Better over wine.
Ah, wine would be better than tea this time, indeed.
Okay. Shall we try to find Valor first? They would be fixing a roof.
I like her because of her name. Let's go to her.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go there. One thing I need to do real quick is I forgot about the luck tokens. Watcher, you get 2 because you rolled a natural 1 on an attack and because you got the killing blow. So you get 2 luck tokens.
Do we have that on our sheet somewhere?
I don't think so.
No, you could just.
I had made it so that you can have as many. What are they called, Josh? Sections.
I don't know what they're
Resources?
called, but like the resource section. I made a custom one called luck tokens.
Yeah. So on the attributes.
Yeah, see where it says
page,
resource 3 on your attributes?
Yep.
Just type like luck tokens over that and put that you have 2 now.
Okay.
Yeah, and you said we could have a max of 10, so I put 1 of 10 because that's how many I have.
Yeah. Yep. And then Falsk, with all the sucking up you're doing to the staff. So I'm gonna give you inspiration and a luck token.
Damn it, I still have inspiration.
Okay,
So
well-
I'll take my luck token. Thank you.
Yeah, you can have your luck token and that's it.
I'll keep being inspired.
Okay. And what time do we need to stop tonight?
10 would be killer. I have to be at work again, and it's been a fucking shit week. So let's.
Do we want to take a quick break right now then? I mean, I have to go to the
Hell
bathroom,
yeah.
So
Yeah, I gotta pee.
you guys
Go
think
pee, man.
5
Go pee.
minutes?
Cool.
Yeah.
Sure. I gotta take the dog out. So.
Okay, 5 minutes. Who's here?
We're
Me?
here.
Okay. I was just so I'm on vacation this whole week, and our office was closed Monday. Today, 3 different emails came in about clients of mine that died unexpectedly over the
Oh no.
weekend. Like,
Well, wait. It's
jeez.
that's a good thing for an estate lawyer, though, right?
I mean, we have as much business as we need, so
Oh.
I don't, I don't ever have to be happy about someone dying. I'm sure there are lawyers that are, but I never need any extra business.
Hmm.
We're in a small area. There's not enough lawyers, and we've got a really good reputation. So I'm always as busy as I want to be. But it's just like, man, like, there are people that are like 80 years old on hospice and they die, and it's just like, yep, everybody knew that was going to happen. It's like, man, but these unexpected ones over Christmas weekend, like that blows.
Tough for the holidays. Then that's forever how you remember the holiday. It's like, oh, that's the day that Dad died.
Yeah, my grandma died on Christmas Eve.
Oof.
I've had so many clients that died like on their birthday. It's crazy.
I just can't stand to have another number added on.
I know. Well, I mean, and people have, I get clients all the time. They're like, I can't believe she died, on my birthday or whatever. And I tell them, hey, listen, there's 365 days in a year, and a number of those are holidays, birthdays, anniversaries. When you take all of those into consideration, you've got, like a 1 in 50 chance of dying on a significant day.
Yeah.
The odds aren't that crazy.
Well, that and yeah, gee, thanks for like, thinking that the person did it on purpose. Yes, they just decided to die on your birthday to ruin your day.
Did someone die?
No, I'm talking about work.
No.
I had 3 clients die unexpectedly over the weekend.
Oof.
Yeah, Josh, I made a chart for the entire staff.
I was about to type it out now. So what did you use?
Um,
I really like that, how that looks.
yeah, you're not gonna be able to use what I did. I used
No.
I used Photoshop and like made all of that myself.
Okay.
Like it's not like
I was hoping it was
plug-in.
like a program.
No, it's not at all. Like every line on there, like I put in. Like I just had like specific measurements I used for everything, so I knew how much to space it all out.
Why in the world would you use Photoshop for that?
Because I couldn't find anything that would look that good.
What'd you do in Photoshop?
Adobe
my first thought
InDesign?
was Excel. My first thought was Excel, but it wasn't precise enough to be Excel. Like not everything lined up, so I was like,
No.
no, it's not Excel.
InDesign is a, media quality design layout tool, and it's used for text and graphics.
Okay.
I don't know how much it costs these days, but
Yeah.
Expensive.
to-
It's like $60 a month.
it used to come as a part of the package with, Illustrator and Photoshop. And,
Right. Yeah, I have Photoshop for a lot of other reasons, but
Okay.
that chart is friggin' huge. Vesper has the whole thing because she works there, but
Yeah, I just like shared that screenshot because that was pretty much what you explained
yeah.
after the Scriven book part, because the other stuff you talked about was above that and it was hard to capture.
Yep.
It's big. It's a super big chart.
Right. That's not even one of the 8 great readers. Like you're missing the bottom there. Anyway, okay. So you guys make your way over. Everybody is here, right? Yes. Okay. You guys make your
Yep.
way over to the hearth, where Valor is working, reshingling the roof. Okay, this is a broad-shouldered, young, red tiefling, female. She's reshingling the roof.
On the way there, I would have used Harness Divine Power to get a first level spell slot back.
Okay.
One never knows.
And while we're on the way, I would have asked everyone, is anyone good with talking to people?
I love talking to people, and people love talking to me.
I've noticed that, actually. Very true. If no one else has a higher opinion of themselves, Dakota, would you like to speak to Valor to try to suss out exactly what happened?
Oh, it would be my divinely pleasure. Have I interacted with this person, seeing as how I'm in the penthouse of the House of Rest? Is there any chance I would have come across this person while they were reshingling the roof?
I mean, other than yelling at her to stop pounding on your ceiling?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Are we running into her? Well, actually, she's up on the roof.
She's up on the roof working, and she's wearing like leather armor. She has a scimitar, and she's got like this little purple shoulder cape.
Okay. So in that case, I actually will take everybody up actually into my room, which has a balcony, and I will just call up to her on the roof.
Right. Okay.
Hey, Valor! Valor, are you there? Can you hear me? It's Dakota, your friend.
Yeah. What? What? You hear? Stop!
Hey,
Stop! Dakota, what?
I am actually really glad that I met you, because we have some questions that we'd like to ask about why you're like doing the whole roofing thing, because you told me that wasn't your like day job, you know. So we wanted to ask about that.
Right. Yes. Not my day job. I'm a bounty hunter. This shit sucks.
Yeah, I would hate roofing too, you know, and it would be so like rough on my hands. And I just got my nails done like right before I went on my journey here, and she goes off on like a tangent
Let me
for like 2
see.
minutes, and then
Okay.
and then finally comes
okay,
back.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're making me do this because my book turned out to be a monster. Okay.
Yeah, did you do it on purpose?
That's what we heard.
No, and it's really friggin' annoying because that book was expensive as fuck.
Where did you get it?
Oh, some market stall in the wide.
What's that?
Huh?
What's the wide?
It's the marketplace in the upper city of Baldur's Gate.
Oh.
I don't remember the name of the stall. I don't like the wide. It reeks of greed.
Why did you buy that book in particular?
Because it was rare?
Who told you it was rare?
I'd heard of it.
Oh.
Look, if you come to this place, look, okay, I'm a bounty hunter, right? And oftentimes when I've got a difficult person to track down, there are bits of research that can come in, pretty handy, pretty much on every topic here, right? So you need to know how to get in without being turned away because your book's shit. So whenever I come here, I get a list of what books people are looking for, what books they want to add to the collection, right? And that book was on the list. So there I am in a not the most reputable corner of the wide. I see this stall. I look at their books. They got the Dark Hunger. Bada bing. And I buy it, and here we go. And then it turns into a monster, attacks a cat, I guess. And now I'm reshingling this fucking roof.
I'm gonna look at Dakota and just mouth, bada bing. What?
I must say, you are doing an absolutely fantastic job redoing the roof. I know it sucks ass, but you're like amazing at roofing. So if that whole bounty hunter thing doesn't work out, you should totally switch to that.
I'm not doing it. I left the army for this.
You said you get a list of the rare books that they need. Who do you get the list from?
An excellent question.
You can ask any of the adjutants. They can figure it out for you.
Who did you get
That's true. And I'm gonna pull a list out of my pocket that just like it continues unrolling like a CVS receipt.
Right.
Who did you get the list from originally, though, Valor? That might be important in trying to get you to not have to keep reshingling this roof.
Okay. Let me figure out who her adjutant it would have been.
Yeah, sure. Likely story. Like you didn't already know. Like that's not the entire plot.
Where is the list? Okay.
Can I make a check after this to see if I think she's lying?
Yep. Sure. Yeah, that'd be irony.
Don't you mean ironic?
No,
You're
irony.
you're not joking, right?
Irony was his person?
Irony is a
or her person?
Irony is a cruel mistress.
And a concept, not a person.
Yeah, but in this case, it's a person.
Do I know this person?
Vesper, do you know this person?
I mean, probably.
Help me, Joe. Okay.
Probably
Do it.
Let me.
Do we like them?
Let me figure out where on the chart they are.
They don't like spicy things.
They don't like spicy things. I don't get it.
No. But thinking that might be one of Vesper's criteria for judging people.
This person is a junior assistant under Great Reader Alchrist.
What a nerd.
Okay.
Hang on, let me scroll on my chart.
Yep.
Irony. No, I definitely have ran into them. I really don't like people that just have one name. Don't you think that's kind of weird? Like, do you think their parents didn't love them?
Hold up. Vesper, let's recall the immediate situation before we speak too openly.
Valor is just staring at you.
and my eyes turn black, like pure black.
Watcher's looking at her too.
Also,
Watcher chose their name.
Watcher, Born, and Valor.
I mean, my name used to be 8, so it could be. Well, that was one name too.
Okay, Valor, listen. God. I have a bootleg copy of the most recent Wand of Rainbow series. I just finished it. I'll give it to you if you'll just relax. and not be mad at me.
What type of book is this?
Everybody knows what this is, Joe.
Look. Valor is a bounty hunter.
It's their
So
Harry Potter.
And
it's like I have a bootleg copy of the 8th book.
I don't think Valor would be interested in that.
That was not what I imagined.
I didn't want to give it up anyway. It's definitely
the
not
cursed child.
No, it's not their Harry Potter in content, but like, do you guys remember when every Harry Potter book would come out and it was like people would lose their fucking minds waiting in line?
Yeah, like trying to buy a PS5 now.
Yeah.
So content-wise, that's not what it is, but that's kind of how I envision this.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't think Valor cares. Valor's a bounty hunter.
All right.
Did Watcher already roll to see if they trust this person or believe?
Nope.
What do I do? Insight?
Insight, yes. Okay, what do I do?
16.
Pretty good.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you're not getting any indication of deceit here. Valor looks like the impression you're getting is that she wants to tell the truth because she wants to get back to work so she can leave. Because as soon as she finishes, she gets to leave. Yeah, a lot of people might just bounce rather than having to do this, but she knows she's going to need to come back in the future, so she needs to keep her reputation up.
Oh yeah, that shows some integrity too. Okay.
What do you have left on this building, Valor?
I've been working on it for about 3 days. I probably got 2 days left.
How many more buildings do you have after this, or is it just this one?
It's just this one.
All right. We have some very important investigative work, very clearly, to do, as we screamed at you from a balcony, and then insulted you for having a singular name, while also forgetting that the rest of our party also has individuals with singular names. It's quite confusing. Before I turn in this evening, I will help you finish shingling something.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
I appreciate your honesty.
Okay, that it?
On to the next witness.
All right, thank you. Okay.
Yalarian.
Okay. Yeah, so you would go to the Pillars of Pedagogy, and Vesper could easily get one of the librarians to tell them where this person is. Watcher gets a couple of looks, and you hear someone just table smasher, like whispering.
I wave to them.
If Falsk hears that, he will glare at them behind Watcher, who's waving at them.
It's like the Scarlet Letter.
All right. So you're shown to a room. The door is closed.
Now, guys, I don't know this one, but I can go ahead and talk to this person too if you want.
Yeah.
You're incredibly likable, Dakota.
Okay.
I don't know why
Knock,
we
knock,
wouldn't
knock.
have you
Like-
talk to everyone.
No hesitation. As soon as she got the okay, she's knocking.
Okay. Yep. You knock on the door. No response.
Knocks again at the same pace and fierceness.
I'll use thaumaturgy on the knock.
Okay. Nothing.
Is the door locked, Dakota? Do you want to check it?
Oh, yeah, I'll check it. I'll just try the handle.
It's unlocked.
You should announce yourself as you go in. But please, do go in.
She pushes open the door and yells, "I'm Dakota!"
Then you walk in. Okay. You open the door. You see a table covered in books. Covered 6 books. All of them open. There is a man with his back to you, sitting in a chair. He doesn't appear to be moving, and he's just sitting there. And as you shout, "I'm Dakota," and walk into the room, everyone hears, "I'm and the sound just ends as Dakota walks in.
I would push forward immediately to get in.
I'm
Okay.
going to begin telling everyone to move cautiously forward. And
Oh.
definitely, just like I'm gonna keep being very precise about what I'm saying, as no one hears it.
Uh-huh. Yep. So
You're
everybody
not dumb.
everybody carefully walks in, and
Well, I'm not doing anything carefully right now.
well, you immediately percept as you walk in that there is no sound in this room.
Oh.
I'm going to look to
You all
Vesper.
see Dakota. She's animatedly talking to all of you, not realizing that you can't hear her. She's like waving her arms and smacking her hands together. Just nothing.
I thought she said I'm dumb, and so I'm trying to tell her, like, you're not dumb. Don't let people make you feel that way.
Pointing to my helmet where my ear would be, but I don't have an ear, so I don't know how you want to perceive that.
I will catch Vesper's attention, and in very, very simple thieves' cant that we've been working on as we've been hanging out occasionally, I will say, "Can't hear," and then point at the guy and say, "Alive?"
Okay, make an intelligence check, Vesper.
Well. Isn't that my favorite attribute?
I
One.
hope so.
Let's go 1.
Oh,
So close.
What did it say?
Well,
23.
there you go. Yeah, you understand exactly what he says.
Well, yeah, I'm really smart. I already knew I couldn't hear myself. Idiot.
The part about him being alive, though, was kind of the important part.
Oh, right.
I'll point at myself, and then I'll point at the guy and do the finger walking motion. So I would check,
There's
check,
clones?
do a medicine. I would do a medicine check.
So
When
how
I
do
go
you
over
do a
there-
medicine check?
As you do the finger walking, Dakota tries to moonwalk.
Make a performance check. How are you medically
Yes.
checking him?
I would
Oh.
hold up.
Yeah, Dakota
I
falls
would
down.
I would hold up my holy symbol, like to see if there's like any breath coming out of the mouth or nose.
Well, okay. So you walk up to him and like touch him, and he like jumps out of his chair. The chair falls over, of course, making no sound. He like sees you and he starts screaming because you've snuck up on him, but you can't hear anything. And he like backs up and like he falls over. Meanwhile, Dakota's trying to moonwalk. She falls over. And he stands up and he starts like yelling at you. But of course you can't hear him.
I'm going to raise my hands and then point to the door.
And he just like puts a hand on his forehead and then like walks over to the doorway and into the hall.
There we go. I will usher everyone out while quickly taking a look to see at what he was reading about.
He was reading a history of dwarven societies in Toril.
Awesome.
Which, of course, Toril is the planet.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you guys walk out, and as you all get out, he says, "I was told that no one would interrupt me while I was doing my research. What do you want?" This is a young human man.
Is your name how do you say this? Yularian?
Valerian.
Oh, V?
Valerian.
No, Yolarian. It's
I
a Y.
swear.
It's a
Oh.
Y.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Gilderian High Scroll. Yes, that's me. What do you want?
Chill out. First of all.
Well, I'm deep in
Sir,
Why don't
knowledge
lower-
you know
research.
that you're awful casual for a murderer?
lower your
Murderer?
voices, please. You are in the pillars of
What
pedagogy.
are you talking about, murderer? What?
What are you
Thank
talking
you.
about?
Because your book attacked me, so we're
Wha-
coming to see what was up with that, you
What do
know?
you mean my book
Watcher,
attacked
your
you?
voice.
What are you
Lower your
talking
voice.
about?
We're in the pillars.
Or do we have to be quiet here?
It is preferred. Everyone's probably staring.
All the rooms in this section have a silence spell. None of them can hear us.
Right, but the hallways echo, and if you
Nobody
were
is
as
reading in the
educated as
hallway.
you look,
I read in the hallways.
you, sir, are out of line.
I cast absorb elements
gotten
to
off
absorb
to a
all the
bad
anger in
start
this
here.
scenario.
You're not supposed to disturb somebody when they're in one of the study rooms. What do you want?
You're not
Well-
supposed to bring a book that tries to explode people either.
I'll
So,
keep that
I
in
think-
mind. What do you want?
To find out why you brought a book that tried to explode people.
I didn't do
Candlekeep.
that.
What book did you bring?
Mazroth's Mighty Digressions.
Yeah, it
Good
just
news.
changed into something and tried to kill us all.
Well, whoever was messing with it shouldn't have transformed it into a monster then. What do you want from me?
I didn't. I was just reading it.
How do we know that you didn't mess with it before bringing it here? Where did you get the book from?
You want me to prove a negative? I can't do that. I don't have any idea what you're talking about. I came here 10 days ago. I bought the book at a market stall in the Wide. And
You can stop there.
okay.
You can go
Great.
reshingle a roof, maybe.
Return to your study. I appreciate your time. Remember, people do read in the hallways, and you should keep your voice down.
Okay. That's it?
Also, I'm an avowed. Just treat me with respect.
What's your name?
None of your business.
Well, what am I supposed to do with that?
I typically just nod my head and say, but of course.
Well, no, I want her name so that I can report her for disturbing a seeker in
Oh,
the middle of
I
study.
knew that's why
in
you
the
wanted it,
silence
so I
room.
won't give it to you.
Right.
We're gonna report you for your monster book.
For attempted
name-
murder.
Yeah.
Her
Everyone-
name is Irony.
Okay.
Your voices lower them. You are in
I
a
don't
study.
know what any of that means, except that I don't remember what I was going to say, so...
Okay, hold on. I feel like we all got off on the wrong foot. Let me be clear. I am here on official Candlekeep business, and you can't bully me just because I'm small. And I was sent here by the binder himself to tell you that you're in trouble.
How can
In
I
trouble.
bully you?
Mister.
This is 5 versus 1, and he's got daggers.
Well, because you started yelling. Yeah, that's true. Can you back up with the daggers, please, sir?
I again, they haven't even come out. My hands are right here.
You're intimidating. You're so like muscly and tall.
I just want everyone to use their inside voice in the hallway. People are reading, and I'll point down the hallway. as if
Nobody's
there's
yelling
someone there.
anymore. I just wanted to be clear. This is official Candlekeep business. We're allowed to interrupt you when we're on official business.
Okay. All right, fine.
Okay.
Listen.
Great.
I don't know anything about the book turning into a monster. I bought the book from a stall in the Wide, so go
Which
check
stall?
out. Well, okay, I don't remember the name, but it had Dune in it. Something Dune.
Can you describe the merchant that sold it to you?
Yeah, human with kind of sharp teeth.
A sharp teeth human.
We believe you because that's what the last person who also brought a murder book said.
It was like Ruby Dune or Emerald Dune, something like that.
So it was some type of gem dune.
Yeah, or maybe a color,
Color or gem.
purple Dune, something like that.
Mr.
Very
High
good,
Scroll, We appreciate you working with us on this. Please go in peace. Return to your studies. And next time, when you are studying, you're back to the door incredibly stupid. If I did want to do anything to you, we wouldn't be having a conversation. And I'll pat one of the daggers.
Yeah, before we finish, though, before we leave, shouldn't we finish getting the information that we need, Faust? About this human with pointy teeth, was there anything else distinguishing about him? Did you notice anything about his eyes, or were you buying this merchandise at nighttime, during the day?
No, it was the middle of the day. I mean, he was a pretty nondescript fellow. Average height, average build, dark hair, dark eyes. Wearing normal Baldur's Gate clothes. I wouldn't be able to pick him up out of a lineup unless he was the only one with sharp teeth. I mean, I can't even remember the name of the place. I'd never been there before. I just, I knew that I'd heard of Mazfroth, so I knew the book must be, good enough to get me in. I'm from Waterdeep, and I've read pretty much every book at the Font of Knowledge, and I thought there might be more information here. And actually, there is.
Joe, quick question. My sending stones, do I have to speak out loud to be able to use the sending stones?
I don't. Is it different from sending?
It's exactly the same as sending.
Okay. I think you have to speak sending out loud.
It is.
Yeah, there's a verbal component, and you speak a message of 25 words. So, yeah, you say that out loud.
I send a short message. That's my only question. Is I send it? Is it technically me speaking it aloud?
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay. Well, I wanted to talk to Morn real quick, but in private. So moving on. Never mind.
But wait, I don't have the other stone.
I was gonna hand it to you.
For message, only the recipient hears it, and for sending, you say it out loud, and everybody around you can hear it, but they can't hear the response.
Secondary question. If I send a message inside a zone of silence, does it come across as silence, or do you hear the words I've spoken?
They don't hear it because within silence you are muted, right? Which means you can't do any vocal, any spell with vocal or verbal components.
Okay. I think we have all the information we need, Morn. We actually need to go and speak with the gatehouse, I believe.
How did you know that the library was interested in this book?
Oh, I didn't. I had heard of Mazfroth. When you find a book by a great scholar, and you're trying to get access to a place that only accepts great works, it's a good guess. So I've read other books by him at the Font of Knowledge.
Do you think that it seemed like this stall had a lot of like rare books that Candlekeep is interested? Maybe targeted selection?
For the most part, they had what I would call common books. But there were maybe 4 or 5 other books that were around the same price point as this one. I hadn't heard of any of those, but
You saw this book out. They didn't like take it from a secret stash to show you.
they had like a display case.
Okay.
And how did you come to hear that they had that?
Well, I didn't. I came here directly from Waterdeep. Baldur's Gate was on the way. Baldur's Gate is actually where I learned that I needed to have a book in the first place, otherwise, it would have been easy for me to get one in Waterdeep. So I began looking through the wide for shops that were selling books, and I was trying to find a book that I thought would fit the bill. And this place happened to have one that I semi recognized.
Well, it's tried to eat me.
I'm sorry.
Well, I guess it's not really your fault, but I guess
only
don't.
only had the book for 3 days.
And you noticed nothing about the book on the way here.
Well, no, but I didn't. Other than thumbing through it when I first purchased it, I didn't even read it. I
So
was
it
afraid
didn't attack.
I was afraid I would tear something, and
Mhm.
that they wouldn't accept it if I did.
I'm wondering if the books only change when somebody starts reading them.
Yeah, I think that's a good guess. But I wonder if there were 5 kind of in that price range, are we thinking maybe there's going to be 5 incidents? There's already been 3.
Good catch.
And Vesper, do you know what the process of evaluating the books when they're brought to the gate? Do they actually read them, or do they just do a quick examination and then put them on the shelves for later?
That's a great question, Joe.
Um, so they don't do a big examination. Whoever is on the gate at that point either knows on site that the book is good enough, or they have to figure out who is the most likely to agree that the book should allow the person in, and then they send a runner to that person to ask. And then before the book gets shelved, it typically makes its way to one of the great readers to either have the first shot at reading it or have one of their underlings look at it, and then it's put on a shelf. Which means that, well, the book wouldn't have been examined for like curses or mimics or anything like that. Before it got shelved, someone would have read it.
That's why I wanted to know that. So it sort of
Yeah.
cancels out that theory.
Yeah.
Do you know by chance who the book was given to?
No.
Did you overhear? No.
No. I mean, you
Do
guys
you
didn't
have
overhear. You guys didn't overhear where your books went.
No, I was just asking.
Yep.
Do you have an adjutant here?
He must. I don't have that.
Okay.
Let me look.
Just wanted to see if it was irony.
Right.
An irony.
Vesper, I think we should tell every single person who's in the library to start carrying weapons with them at all times in case their books transform into hideous monsters.
Oh, no. But what if they just decide to cut the books?
I'm sure that doesn't do well for the tourism.
This is going to be his adjutant is Parmanik.
Oh, maybe we should go see Irony.
What did we want to get from irony?
I believe what Watcher's suggesting is confirmation on the individual who sold the book to them.
Well, because they said that Valor said that Irony is the one who gave her the list, right?
Yeah.
So just to ask her why she put that book on the list and see if she's lying.
Oh, okay.
I apologize.
Then
I
let's
was
do that.
thinking the other one. There's too many first name people here. It's insane.
And I get an amen.
I like Valor.
All right. So, next session, we will do the interview with Irony, and then if there's anybody else you wanted to interview that day, and then we will go. Well, I guess you're gonna help roofing, Fells, and then the next day you've got lunch with Nymira, Pebble Sable. And then that next day is also supposed to be Falsk's 5 p.m. meeting with Rylia.
Okay.
I will say that as the party was leaving, Yalarian, is that what his name was?
Galarian.
Galarian.
Yalarian. Yeah. As everyone kind of like walks away, Dakota will like stay and wait till they're pretty much out of earshot, and then lock eyes with him for just a second. Cast prestidigitation to create a small little glowing trinket in the shape of a heart. Give it to him and say, "I'm sorry for the arguing. They're in a stressful mood. Bye now." Then walk away.
And after you walk away, he
vanishes.
goes into the room. And, yeah, it vanishes, and he spins the table around so that now he's facing the door.
Good call.
Good boy.
And gets
That's
back
why
to
beds
sleep.
face the way they do.
All right. Yeah, I thought that. I just thought that was a really fun setup for walking into the room.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. That's everything. We don't do voting or anything like that. But a lot of good roleplay tonight. So let's say everyone take a luck token.
Oh, yay.
Collecting luck.
Do luck
And-
tokens disappear
Nope.
if you take a long rest? Okay.
Nope. You keep them until you use them. The only thing is you don't. There's no point in ever having more than 10, because
Nice.
that's the cap. So, but yeah.
That would be
sorry.
automatic success, right?
No. I mean, you could roll 10 ones,
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
but sorry there wasn't as much combat this time. You didn't really get to anything like that. The initial one was
Intrigue.
obviously very easy.
Intrigue
We
is
had-
always better
was-
than combat.
We had combat. It was
Verbal.
not challenging.
Right. Well, plus,
Verbal
yeah,
combat.
you guys are level 2, so staying away from combat for another level is probably a good thing anyway.
Yeah.
So that nobody dies.
What was the point of asking Dakota to go talk to Rylia? I'm very curious about that.
You'll figure out eventually. Don't worry. This is a long-term
Okay.
goal.
It's a long con? Okay.
Alsk is the BBEG.
I said goal. No one said con. Everyone calm down.
Yeah.
I actually know for a fact that you're trying to call me.
And I know that there are like lots and lots of names and all that, and anybody who's writing them down, I'm sure that it will be helpful for stuff and everything. But like, if you're not keeping track of all of them, that's fine. There isn't a lot of mandatory interplay between the stories anyway. But knowing who people are and how they're related is going to more come into play with your individual stuff that we're kind of making up as we're going. So that's really the only reason to keep track of this stuff, because I'm keeping track of it, and so how people are related to each other through the work system could either help or hurt you as you guys interact with it.
Okay.
Yep. I don't remember when we play next, but I know next week we've got Josh's game. That is the 5th. Is that
Correct.
even next week? When is that?
Yeah, it's
Candle-
next week. 9 days. 9 days.
Oh.
9 days. And then Candlekeep is on the 12th again.
Yep.
Well, Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New
Big.
Year's.
Big New Year games. Yep.
Okay, anything else?
Mm-mm.
Nah, man. Good
Night,
session. That was
everybody.
fun.
Yeah, I really
Night.
enjoyed it.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Night.